if you work for the post office, you better have a plan because your pension is not going to be paid. You are fucking propped up. You better have a plan. The post office is coming to a fucking end.
Story with the package. Most people that have a P.O. box have, like, their packages go into one shelf.
Mm-hmm.
But because we get so much, they actually have a space on the floor where our packages go. Okay? So it just happens to be next to where the FedEx guy picks up his packages. Okay? But there's at least a foot in between. The day that it was delivered, they had pulled it aside, and set it over there. It was the only package there. They weren't really sure because it had her name, not mine. And they were like, we're not really sure about this. So they put a slip thing in my box so that they would remember to talk to me about it. Okay? So when I go up to pick it up, they're like, it's not here. The FedEx guy had to have picked it up because he was running late and he was he was all in a flurry. So we're guessing he picked it up because that's literally the only other thing that could have happened to it. They're like, nobody else has been back here. That's the only option. She's like...
Obviously no camera.
She said he will notice that he's got an extra package and he will bring it back. And I was like, okay. So the next day comes and they're like, okay, we talked to him and he doesn't remember having an extra package. So it had to have gone back to the FedEx hub. In which case they have, bins where that stuff gets sorted out and then it's taken to the correct post office. Because every post office gets FedEx deliveries because of that smart post option that shippers use. So she was like, hopefully it'll be here by tomorrow. He'll be here again tomorrow, which would have been Saturday. She's like, hopefully, they'll get it sorted and it'll be here. But if not, surely it'll be back by Monday because, of the weekend or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we didn't go to the post office Saturday. I go Monday. And there's 2 girls in there who have no idea what the fuck's going on. They were never part of the original conversation, and they don't give a shit. They're just like, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. And I'm like, well, did you see the FedEx guy? Yeah. Did he bring anything? No. So it's just, so that was Monday. And then Tuesday, same 2 girls were in there, and they still don't know anything. And then yesterday, they were closed for the day of mourning.
Right.
So I just sent a message to the girl that I normally deal with who, actually gives a shit. She was, distraught over it being missing.
Is that Sheila?
No. Sheila's one of the ones who doesn't give a fuck.
So why don't you just get a hold of the postmaster?
That's my next course. If I don't... I told her, I said, I at least need to know the driver's name. I need to know if you have cameras back there. I need something today. We've been fucking with this for a week.
Custody. It doesn't matter where, when, or what happened to it. The post office is responsible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, exactly. My thing was on his tracking, on my package, his tracking. He was like, "Hun," he said, "you got that at your post office on the 29th."
Right, which was a week ago today.
Yeah. And I was like, well, okay, he said, it's checked in there.
Yeah.
Which removes any liability on that guy.
Yeah, he's super nice.
We win every time there's a charge off, and they show that they've received it. We win all that shit every time.
He had said though that the same day that he mailed that one to us, he mailed one to Houston, and he was like, they were concerned about theirs too, and everything. He said, but your receipt date shouldn't be till December the 4th. Right. Remember, I said that from the beginning.
Right.
And then that's when he went to checking and everything, and he said theirs too was received.
We got a package we were supposed to have last Tuesday. It's still in limbo.
It shows it's been sorted at the post office.
$2,000 worth of med supplies. Should have been there over a week ago.
So what? It's at Camden now, or
the med supplies is? Yeah.
It isn't. Oh, it isn't.
It shows that in Camden and that it's been sorted. It does not show that it's been delivered to the P.O. box yet. So what they do is they sort all the packages, sort all the mail, and then they scan all of our stuff as delivered to the P.O. box.
Like I get the box thing, fucking, I get that. Okay, it's holidays, fucking shit's fucked up. The post office, I get it. But to have receipt of a fucking box and then lose fucking custody of it, it's the same thing. Like when we dropped those, when I made a video, fucking 600 postal workers commented on my video blasting the post office. My problem wasn't us unloading the fucking boxes. My problem was the chain of custody. We unloaded literally fucking 2 entire truckloads full of bags full of boxes, and they left them on the fucking front porch back there. We went back the next day, and there's fucking boxes. What's next to the fucking post office? The courthouse and all the shit bags going to court, and they're fucking walking right through there. You can grab anything you fucking want, and just fucking, there is no fucking security at the post office. They're understaffed. Everything about the fucking post office is fucked up.
See, ours has like a
Fuck
10-foot
no.
fence, and you have barbed wire up there. You have to scan the thing to open the gate.
Dora, we do.
That's the way ours is.
We do over $500,000 over here. We did $650,000 last year with the post office. $650,000. She pulls up and unloads all those boxes herself, or whoever goes to the post office. You know, there's nobody out there. There's a dude sometimes that helps, and the chicks give that dude shit for helping because it makes them look bad. Motherfuckers.
But that's the reason their job's there.
I have spent.
Is that not what happened a long time ago?
We have spent $8 million fucking dollars. $8 million. The time we've lived in this town through that post office. That post office was on the closure list. They invited me as a guest speaker at a Rotary meeting. When I was at the Rotary meeting, I fucking said, I go, your guy, because they're kind of shitty, a couple of them, about, you know, James Yeager and stuff. And I'm like, hey, you guys might not like James. I go, but James keeps your fucking town going. We keep your town going. You motherfuckers weren't supposed to have, I told him, I go, you motherfuckers weren't supposed to have a post office. Our new website fucking elevated traffic and got your post office off the closure list. You guys were going to have to drive to the interstate to get to the fucking
to a fucking trailer.
And they all looked at the postmaster, and she goes, that is very true. He is telling the truth. The postmaster has told us a dozen times herself, thank you. We are in business. We still have this post office right now because of special operations. So maybe you should fucking put some staff at our fucking post office. And when I say something about it, oh God forbid, the fucking poor post office, like fucking 600 comments. You should just come unload this shit yourself. Maybe you guys should use FedEx. You know what? Maybe we should use FedEx. Because you know who walks through my fucking door here? FedEx and UPS walk through my door every fucking 30, 40, 60, 50 days asking for our business. The post office doesn't even deliver fucking mail here. We go to the fucking P.O. box because we get too much mail to go in a little bin out on the road. And I don't have a problem with going and picking the mail up. But when you lose my shit, we have a fucking problem.
This is what we can do for them. Let them know.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, and they'll move it. Like, they'll manipulate the prices for us. Like, they want our business.
Well, UPS
you go up to the post office here, and you get, fuck you.
UPS just cut our weekly rate in half.
Yeah, and we're not even shipping shit.
Gave us a huge discount on our packages.
And we don't even qualify for it. They want our business.
And whereas the post office, they're raising their prices.
And don't take this as you as a postal employee. Like, I have supported the post office. I have fucking funneled millions and millions of dollars through the post office. Our post office people, you know, whatever. I'm sure it's different in different towns, but we used to even back then, man, even when we would walk in to the post office in San Diego, they would give you shit about it. Like, they do not fucking want to deal with you. Motherfucker, you're a paid employee, propped up. If you're a post person, if you work for the post office, I'm telling you, if you're one of my customers, you're one of our clients, you're a friend of mine, if you work for the post office, you better have a plan because your pension is not going to be paid. You are fucking propped up. You better have a plan. The post office is coming to a fucking end. It is going away. Whether you like it, whether you believe it, do yourself a favor. Protect yourself. Protect your family. You better get a side hustle going. You better have something in your mind as to where you're going. They hire all these vets. Typically, most of the vets fucking working at the post office are motherfuckers that can't go do something else. You got that little cushy pat on the ass because you were a fucking veteran. You're not doing anything else. I don't have a veteran problem either. Protect yourself. It is coming to a fucking end. Most of the fucking post office people are your bare minimum fucking people, unfortunately, now. It's not how it used to be. Protect yourself. This has nothing to do with SOE, has nothing to do with any of the conversation we've had. As a fucking human being who has a job at the post office, you better plan to eventually, sooner than later, not have a job at the post office. Fucking watch. It's coming. Put all that shit in the video.
All of it. Put it all in.
All that. I'm so hungry this morning.
Good.
Good thing in it. I didn't eat from the time
Especially
I
put that in there because the girls from the post office watch our videos. People in town watch our videos. Like this box thing, this will get handled.
The girl that actually, the one that actually gives a shit, her husband is one of our customers, has been for a few years.
Yeah.
Has several of our belts, has quite a few of our bags. So,
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a vested interest in it too.
We did a video last Black Friday. Last Black Friday when we took 2 truckloads to the post office that day, and I unloaded all my boxes. She was unloading hers, and I threw it on. I go, "Do you have to?" Like, I didn't know she was unloading the boxes every fucking day. She's like, "Yeah, it's no big deal." I'm like, "So we're just gonna leave these out here?" She goes, "Yeah, there's only one person inside. They can't come out." I go, "So we're gonna leave $60,000 worth of shit just sitting right here on the fucking," and that's how it is all the time. I made that video. I can't believe with the money we have infused through this post office, they are understaffed. And everybody they're like, "You piece of shit, why don't you unload the bags yourself? Why don't you send a man to fucking do it? This is your fucking fault. You should use FedEx." And when we started clicking all the shit talkers, they were all US, and I started tagging the 2 fucking Facebook page. I go, and they're like, "Hope you fucking die," like crazy shit.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, that's a good way to represent the fucking post office. And I started tagging the fucking U.S. Postal Service and U.S. Postal Inspectors group page, and most of them went through and fucking deleted their comments. I'm like, that's cool. Let's see what your boss has to say about that shit.
Wow.
But that video for, fuck man, two months probably, we were still getting replies. But for weeks, I would hit return, and there'd be another fucking, when I say 600 postal people, there was like fucking 4,000 comments on the thing. It was pretty wild. It was exactly this time last year.
And I get that there is, twice as much volume. I get it. I understand. However, why don't we be a little proactive like all of the restaurants and all the stores are and start hiring, I don't know, in September?
Holiday workers, yeah.
Because they've got to go through some training and
Well,
they've
not
got
only
to go
that,
through,
though, if you do that, you don't even have to, because, they make really good money at the post office.
yeah,
Really.
I know.
And if they're seasonal workers, they don't get the benefits and they don't get full pay like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not an option. They could totally fucking do that.
Right. Well, and I mean, I just don't. So a postmaster, that's like the manager of the post office, right? In the past 5 years, we've had 5 postmasters.
Holy shit.
So if you have 5 different people who run their fucking post office in 5 different ways,
yeah,
maybe there's a fucking problem that you need to handle internally. Whether it be the staff or the scheduling or the people above that, whatever the case may be. Like 5 postmasters in 5 years is ridiculous. That is absolutely unheard of, and not a single one of them does things the way the other ones did.
Yeah.
And the one that we have now, he cares less than the one that we had before.
Yeah.
And the one we had before cared even less than the one we had before that. Because they're not here for but, a year. So they don't have any time to meet and greet the community. They have no idea of who it is that's actually bringing them the business and who of them is not. They don't know who the problem customers are. They just have no idea. And therefore, they just take that stance of like, everybody's the same and we're going to treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, when you're bringing $600,000 worth of money through the post office, you deserve to be treated a little bit better than the one that's only bringing $6 worth, But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not asking for no special treatment, but damn,
Yeah.
Make sure shit doesn't get
some fucking responsibility would be amazing. Okay, she says, oh, see, we're gonna have a problem. She said, I'll ask him again today. Daniel, who is the postmaster, looked up the tracking number this morning to see if there's any more scans on it, and there wasn't, which we already knew. You got several in today, but of course not that one. It's the one I look for first. I'm not sure I can give you his name out. Where did it go? I'm not sure I can give you his name out, and to tell the truth, I don't even know his name. He's there every day. But I will ask Daniel about that. Again, I would hope that he wouldn't have taken it to steal it, but he had to have taken it thinking it was one of his packages to take back, but should already be back or show something scanned in. I'll see what I can do today.
It's just when you're a dying business like that, like.
Well, just take that incident and transform it into any other business, and what the fuck would happen?
Right. Can you imagine going to your bank,
Yeah.
okay, and you put $1,000 worth of cash into an envelope, and you go and you sit it on the counter at the bank, and you say, I want to deposit this, and the girl doesn't take it out of the envelope, she just sets it aside. It's got no information on it, she sets it aside, and then all of a sudden, that $1,000 never gets deposited into your account. Well, that's obviously a problem because the chain of custody goes from you to the bank, and that's where it stops. Well, then it's, the bank's responsibility. So you would think that it would be the same in any other business. I'm pretty frustrated with it.
Yeah.
But like the last time I had a problem, we kept getting told they didn't have any more bags. So, we take 100, 200, 300 packages to the post office every day. I can't personally carry all of them in there, so they provide bags. Well, for like 3 or 4 weeks, well, actually, I think it ended up being 6 weeks, we're like, dwindling, our supply is dwindling down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, and then we're out of bags, and I'm up there, and I'm like, look, I've got to have some bags, like, I have to have some bags in order to bring the postage here, and it took me emailing the postal service to get some damn bags, and then for like 6 weeks, every time they had bags, they were like trying to, push them on me, like, haha, we're going to show you, be a smart ass and,
way to make us work.
Yeah, email or whatever. And it just got to the point where, like, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to be that pain in the ass. But at what point do you stop and go, okay, this is wrong? Like, this is a problem. And that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm ready to talk to the fucking postmaster. 'Cause this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you worry about porch pirates. They're all talking about, oh, be careful with your packages. It's like, well,
Right.
even if they're still in the post office,
Oh.
something could happen to them. Much less being just left on your porch.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and that's like at our post office. So I'm sure you've driven by there, so there's that big dock.
Mm-hmm.
So when I drop the packages off, I always put them in a. They have a square like mesh thing, or they have a tall, thinner one, and I always put them in there, and I always push them all the way up against the building, right in between the 2 double doors and then the single door. So they're literally as close to the building without being inside that I could get them. Because me, as a not postal employee, I'm not allowed to put anything inside the building through the back. So I just put it back there and, angle it as close to the building as I possibly can and try to just hope that it, somebody comes out and gets it. But there was a guy who worked there. He worked there for probably a year, maybe a little bit longer, because he started right before I had my stomach surgery. And he actually came out and would unload the bags, like all the time when I was, healing, because I wasn't allowed to carry anything. I couldn't pick anything up. And he continued for probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months after that. And then everybody was giving him shit, and they're like, "Oh, you're just helping because she's female, and he always helped the women, but he never helped the men, and blah blah blah." And he was just like, it's to the point where like I don't even want to do anything anymore because all they do is talk shit to me. He ended up quitting. Took his 2 weeks vacation and then just never came back.
Never came back. Good for him.
And like everybody at the post office is like, we haven't heard from him. We don't know anything.
Oh, he died.
No, he probably fucking he came into a bunch of money. His grandpa died or something.
Oh shit.
He came into a bunch of money and he was talking about buying a houseboat.
Hell yeah.
He's probably just like, fuck all y'all.
Seriously, right?
He said, "This is the worst job I've ever had in my life." It's terrible.
I think John's right too about their pensions and stuff like that. Because when the post office goes under,
Right.
Money's gone
it-
already.
It's not like they don't have the same thing that the Social Security is supposed to be, where it has like a deposit bank, and then all that is just sitting there waiting to be withdrawn. They don't have that. Just like the fucking Social Security doesn't have it.
No, that's why they gotta sell bonds and shit. It's all propped up. They have to sell something to be able to, pay something else.
Take credit.
Yeah. And that's what, if you listen to Vanderchuck or any of those big dudes, your whole collapse of the system is going to come when they default on the student loans.
Yep.
When that all implodes. The schools are fucking closed. It's like he said, because the school I went to, it doesn't exist anymore. Colleges are fucking closing. It's all moving online. You don't have to fucking be someplace. You don't have to have all that support. It's all bullshit. That's what's fucking California's dead. I mean, they're just not fucking showing you yet. California's fucking dead over the pension shit. Better make your money, whatever the fuck it is. If you got a job, you better have a fucking hobby and start making some money from that hobby. Even if it's, think about it, $100, even if it's $100 a week. If you can go and do something that you actually enjoy doing for 30 minutes, an hour a night. I don't have an hour. Motherfucker, everybody has an hour.
Yeah.
Everybody has a fucking sleep an hour less, get up an hour early,
Stop
fucking
watching TV.
stop sitting in the toilet on your fucking cell phone. I do it. Everything I'm telling you, I do all that shit. That's why I know that fucking it can be done. Look how much time you see me on the phone all the fucking time. Fuck. I'm 3 inches taller than I fucking walk around. I don't even realize I'm doing it. And it's from fucking hunched over on the machine, hunched over on the computer. And what's worse, I realize, like, even when I'm in the car, Amanda's driving or whatever, if I'm on my cell phone, I'm doing the same fucking thing. Like, it has literally changed the fucking human race from, being on the phone. You're hunched over, your shoulders are forward, your head's down. And I didn't really pay attention to that annoying dude at the gym. He walks around, he fucking lifts big weight and shit, fucking a couple inches. He's the fucking typical, the dude everybody talks about in the gym. But he walks around like this. I'm like, holy fuck, that dude is broken. And I'm like, I look like that dude. And I make a constant stand erect. I always tell them, stand the fuck straight. I'm always joking with you about it, but that's real shit. And I realized it last Saturday or something. We were going, I'm on the phone. I'm like, holy shit, I'm doing the same fucking
I'm
thing.
that dude.
It's even worse in the fucking car. So spend less time on your phone. Make the time you're on your phone fucking count for something. I get caught all the time. If there's, I'm like, I don't even like fucking cats. But if there's a cat, I just saw a video just a second ago while I was scrolling through my feed or whatever. I don't even know why I was on Facebook, but a cat grabbed a donut, ran around, fucking wrapped. I'm like, holy shit, that's a funny cat. What did that fucking, here we are talking about it now. What did that take away from my life? What did I do? What could I have done in that fucking cat time?